Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Country Conversations with DVD. I know this is probably going to sound low as hell because I'm recording on my phone and I forgot my microphone, and then I'm at my sister's crib. But hey, that's neither here nor there. How you doing? And on Mother Wendy, it's Country Conversations with DVD. Now let's get on down to this piping hot tea, shall we? Are you ready? Are you ready for this piping hot tea? I got some nice little topics for you today. The first thing we're going to talk about Miss Torre. Baby, I tell you that Katt Williams is a thorn in these whole side today, yesterday, and the day before that. So, word on the street is that Torre is a comedian, right? So, I kind of knew this because I did used to watch Atlanta Exes, which was a spinoff of Hollywood Exes, right? So, over there on the Hollywood Exes, most of those were weird-faced women. Woo, because Martin Lord's wife was on there. Eddie Murphy's wife was on there. All the people that didn't have the weird light skinned women faced women, weird light skinned faced women. That's what it is. The only one that wasn't was Andrea Kelly that I remember. But anyway, the spinoff was the truly black and left behind women of Atlanta. That's what it should have been called, because those women weren't the weird faced light skinned women. Torre was on there, and Usher's ex-wife, Tamika Raymond, was on there. I think that's where I first met Manada. Money shot. But anyway, I feel like these women were talented, and their talents that I recall were not exhibited on Hollywood Exes as I can recall. I remember them arguing a lot, but when I realized that Money Shaw was a rapper and that Torre was a comedian, I don't remember those things being displayed, but that's neither here nor there. So the point is that Katt has asked Torre to go on tour with him. Woo, baby. Excuse that. I hope that don't get copyright. I don't guess it was on there long enough, but anyway, I was scrolling through my other phone. That's what I'm filming on one phone and scrolling through the other phone. But anyway, I guess he didn't do the right thing by Torre, right? We knew that Torre got him on. We know about the Foot Locker store that I can recall. And she was paying, from my memory, she was actually paying for him to get jobs and help him write his material and all these types of things. And then as soon as he got to Hollywood, I don't even think they were married for 2 minutes. Literally and figuratively. He was messing around with the weird faced light skinned lady. And so he left her and cheated on her with the weird faced light skinned lady. And Torre talked about that a lot on the show, and talked about how, he can't even make a damn joke without Torre Hart, because Torre Hart wrote the joke. So I remember that. I remember her saying that like it was yesterday. And I was like, what? Say what? And so that goes right along with what Katt says, that he's a plant. Because, he's not talented. He's not funny. He can be placed in funny situations and be funny. But as far as off the dome comedy, he's no Katt in that area. And Katt knows it. And Torre knows it. So let's see how this gonna play out, right? Everybody want to see it. Everybody want to see it. I want to see it. Moving right along in this piping hot tea segment, we have Fantasia, Taraji, and Vivica. Now, all these women are supposed to be friends. Am I correct? Now, I think Vivica is a Zeta. And yeah, she's a Zeta. And Torre, I'm back to Torre, but in Fantasia is a Silver Gamma Rho. And Taraji, I'm not sure if she's Greek or not, but Taraji is the only one I know of that actually got a degree. I think she went to Howard. and got her degree, and she was in the arts there. Nobody is backing Taraji as they should, right? So does every black woman in Hollywood feel like they have been paid fairly? Because if they feel like they are as talented as she is, and they feel like that they have been paid fairly, then I can see them not backing her up, okay? But Vivica literally said, you know, I stand in solidarity with my sister in a way, but I hadn't had those kind of problems. And when you say you haven't had those kind of problems, that's like almost implying that you are paid fairly as a black woman in Hollywood. Girl, if you don't sit your used to be face ass up, because girl, you done had so many damn shots and surgery placed in your face, you almost unrecognizable. You used to look just like my sister to me, but hey, she still got her face. Vivica, I used to like you, right? I thought you were a no-nonsense chick and sassy in a good way. You know, two can play that game, baby. You ran that movie. But a lot of people are saying that you aren't backing them because you do have a career in Hollywood. I mean, you are in the Lifetime movies, girl. And you do a lot of BET movies, and you work on All Black a lot. And see, what people are not understanding is when you throw shots at our working actresses, our black working actresses, for them being on All Black, BET, and Lifetime, and saying that's sort of low budget. It's not to me. Hell, it keeps me entertained. I'd rather watch, and if I have to watch Tubi and BET and All Black to see somebody that look like me, then hell, that's what I'm gonna do. Just like all these black folks coming out talking about they didn't know Christian Keys. Okay, well then you might not support black entertainment. Your entertainment choices may be to see all white people. But then we create these black spaces, and here's the as Funky would say, the monkey, the wrench thrown in here and the monkey wrench that's thrown in. What we don't realize is that when we put these types of acting gigs down, we're not supporting the way we should. We're trying to say that when we create our own spaces, then that's not the good enough space. We still want them to act in white spaces where they're not being treated fairly, right? Okay, Taraji has definitely crossed over. But now we find out she is not making as much money as the white actresses that's been in the game just as long as she has, or haven't been in the game as long as she has. Does that make sense to you all? Does that make sense to you all that Taylor Swift got all the awards that year that Kanye acted a fool, when we know that Beyonce was the best in her field at that time? But I really don't care about Beyonce like that anymore, because you can say what you want to say. You can run in behind her on those Renaissance tours or whatever. She no longer attends Black award shows and stuff like that, when in all actuality, that's where she got her start. And I don't like to see any black person, when they make it, stop supporting, you know, our award shows like the Later Soul Awards and the BET Awards and stuff like that. Look what BET Awards has turned into since these people have stopped supporting the Jay-Z's, the Beyonce's, these type of actors. And then we go over there and push ourselves into white spaces and assume that they're supposed to treat us fairly. You got all the awards that you could possibly handle, the best actress, best singer, best blah, 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 over there on BET, Lady of Soul, and all that type of stuff. And then you get mad, or fans get mad, because you don't win the Grammy for the best album and never won it. Never have won it. Now, I'm not saying you're not talented enough to win it. I'm saying that we're pushing ourselves in these white spaces and think they're going to treat us fairly. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Okay? It's not. That's the reality of things. But again, Taraji has crossed over. And now, in order to not offend people in these white spaces, Vivica says things that she says. Oprah successfully crossed over into these white spaces. And she is a dark skinned and was a heavy set woman. Now, according to Ray Dawn Chun, it's because she's a brown nose. But then again, you could look at Ray Dawn and say, well, there's a little colorist because she was saying, what was she doing in these spaces? And I couldn't make it in these spaces as a light skinned black woman with curly hair. Okay? She had the Giselle syndrome, if you will. Giselle Brown over there on Potomac. Yeah. Big Sister Gorgeous one type of stuff. But the point is, Oprah did cross over into these spaces, and a lot of black actresses are not feeling like she dragged them along with her. Now, the color purple. I saw Oprah make her statement about the color purple. She was like, the rental cars, the situation with Taraji not being paid fairly. She says that we as producers have to work through a team. And then the production company, who I don't own or work for, comes up with the budget. That makes sense. Why are we mad at Oprah? Do you think that Oprah should have dug in her own pocket? Which word on the street is she did have to dig in her own pocket for a lot of things this movie. To pay Taraji a $50 million salary on the movie? What are we looking for here? And I said all that to say is that I think Oprah did what she possibly could do to help Taraji and the rest of the cast be treated fairly. Okay, let's get to Fantasia. Fantasia was one of, during the time that I watched American Idol, I only remember seeing 2 black people win the American Idol stage. Actually, to me, when Carrie, I can't think of her last name. When Carrie won, she should have won. Okay, it's been plenty of black singers that run through American Idol that didn't get the opportunity to win. Actually, the year Fantasia won, she was up against LaTanya and Jennifer Hudson, and a lot of people thought that LaTanya could sing better than both of them. I was one of them. Okay, it's neither here nor there. Fantasia goes on to say that she didn't have a problem with the rental cars, but because she's a good woman and she's a good Southern woman and she likes to drive. It is a difference. We do like to drive in the South. We have like to drive because it's rarely in our smaller towns, even in Louisiana and, Alabama, the bigger Southern states, Texas, even Texas. We have these small rural towns in these areas where public transportation just is not provided. And that is what it is. So we don't have any choice but to drive. But I don't think Taraji is in that category. I think they get a lot of Ubers and things like that in New York and LA, especially when they live there and work there. So I just said all that to say I think what they said probably hurt Taraji's feelings. It probably would have hurt my feelings. Okay, she is trying to get equal pay for all of you guys. It's not something that she just wants for herself. She's saying that you guys that's coming up are gonna still experience the same thing she's experienced. And she's been in the game for 25 years now. Probably more than that. We just, these are the movies that we know of 25 years ago. Like I said, she was acting when she was in college, so she was probably in a lot of stage plays and things like that, where she actually wasn't getting paid. So let's be fair and think fairly, okay? And let's stop putting our actors and actresses and singers down who only perform for our demographic or only perform for, acting in our spaces like Tubi movies and stuff like that, because Tubi provides a great budget. Okay? You may not think they do, but they do. The budgets for the movies, they may look low budget. I'm not going to say that they all look like they are high budget films, but their movie Cinnamon was actually really, really good. And it did not look like a low budget movie. But with also what you must realize about Tubi, all these channels that you are putting down, that you're saying that's low budget and that's the only place she's getting jobs, you have to remember one thing about Tubi. Tubi is backed by NBC Universal. Okay, that might be a thing that you might want to think about, because if you see things that are played on Peacock, and then you turn around and say, we're like, what this movie doing? I just saw that movie on Peacock. What is it doing on Tubi? That's why. They have a strong backing from NBC Universal. So you might be wanting to do a little research before you call something low budget. But I'm just glad Vivica is still working. Tubi, Lifetime, All Black, all that. That's still working in a field where you can keep Black people entertained, when sometimes it's a situation where we don't want to be pushed into white spaces and see our people struggling being pushed into white spaces. That's just like with the young lady that played on Family Business. I love Family Business. 1, 2, 3. I read all the books. Okay. And the I don't know the young lady's name. I can't remember her name. She had crossed over, and she started working for the WB as Batwoman. Well, she's supposed to allegedly to have been deleted on the Family Business, but as soon as the Batman show was canceled, here she is back on BET with the Family Business. Said all that to say, be careful, okay? Be mindful of this. And same thing with All Black. All Black is definitely backed by we. Okay, it ain't a situation where you're gonna see a TV show on All Black that won't actually eventually be aired on we, or vice versa. So with her, and then the same thing with BET. BET right now it's not on Black owned. It's owned by CBS. You know, it's being backed by CBS. But we entertain and we see primarily our own. And if that's the only way that they can get work, then kudos to them. One of my favorite shows on All Black with Candace. I love Candace's show. Hush. That's a good show. But nobody wants to know because they want to watch CBS, NBC, and Bravo. I said, okay, I said what I said. Now, let's get down to the messiness. Last night, my good friend, Fuck It, I Need Her, he came online and he just put up a post that said live. 8:30, I think that's what it said. So I went over there. He had on his, or was that the night before? Either way, I watched it. But the point is, he put out just the word live. And I think what he was doing was just going over there to see how many people would be on his live versus Fox Soul and TGIF. Let me just say a little something about TGIF. I probably said this before. I say it again. I didn't watch TGIF when Funky was on there. The show wasn't good to me. Because I don't like Al. So it was easy for me not to watch it. Even with me being a strong supporter of Funky, I just did not watch TGIF. You know when I watched Funky? When he was back on YouTube. Funky came and proved his point, showing that he could do shows or YouTube videos and not have a worry in the world without people watching him. You could tell he was, even I know what to do on live. I only have 122 subscribers, but I know how to work a live. You could tell he was not comfortable in that space because he didn't know how to scroll up. He didn't know how to get his super chat. He didn't know how to pause and rewind and do all those things that you could do so you could interact with the audience. And I think on TGIF, they had producers kind of ring to them what the chat was saying, like in their earphones and stuff like that. You know, Funky has come. I said things about how they did him dirty and made him send the mics and all that shit back. Come on, that stuff is petty. Are they mad because he left? That's a good question. Probably are. But Funky said that let's see how this thing gonna work. I was trying not to be in the chat because I was like, okay, because I see what he's doing. He put his wig back on and he talked about every single hot topic other than really literally what had happened on Fox Soul. And you can say what you want to say. I know this for a fact. Everybody turned over to Fox Soul just to see turn over to his channel, mostly to see what he was gonna say. Yes, he had 15 to 20,000 people in the chat at one time, but that's what it was. And he purposely put the show up against Claudia and Al, and I think I don't even know who the guest star was on there, but that's neither here nor there. It's supposed to be, I guess it was Flame Monroe, because he's supposed to have this beef with Flame Monroe. I don't know Flame Monroe from a campaign. I had to literally ask people in the chat, who is Flame? Is he transgender? Oh, no. Is she transgender? Let me tell you this. I don't know Flame, so I didn't know what her pronouns were either, because I heard other gay people call her a him. So I was just trying to make sure that I knew what pronouns to call her, because I didn't know her. I mean, like with RuPaul, he's a drag queen and he doesn't mind being called a him. You know what I'm saying? So, in order to not offend, I was like, is she transgender? And people were telling me that she is transgender. I don't know her. So I wouldn't have known what pronouns to use for her. That's neither here nor there. The point is, they supposed to have some type of beef, I guess. Child back. And so, being that Flame and Mr. Funky have this beef, I guess it's one-sided, because according to Funky, he doesn't have a beef or a problem with Flame. None other than the queen of YouTube, the queen of getting sued on YouTube, Miss TASHA K, decided that she was going to facilitate a peace treaty between Flame and Funky. I cannot make this up. Well, from my understanding, in the past, Funky went onto a platform, I believe it was the Breakfast Club, and he stated that he wasn't going to have anything to do with Flame. He doesn't like Flame's representation in the gay community, because the gay transgender community, because he more caters or panders to the straights. Okay, so that's the extent of the beef according to Funky. So TASHA called Funky, and TASHA stated to Funky that she was ready to make peace between the two of them. And she asked him would he be willing, she asked Funky, would he be willing to take a 3-way call with Flame, and she recorded. That's basically how the story goes. And Funky said, hell no. And then in the background, Funky said he could hear Flame making statements like, you throw your rocks, you hide your hands. And then Funky said that he said to her to tell him, if he was so offended by something that he made commentary on a show that they asked him to make commentary on, then he apologized. And I tell you what, actually Funky really literally seemed very contrite when he said, then I apologize. And I say that he seemed so contrite because, for the simple fact, Funky literally does not want to smoke right now. He's dealing with these issues, and I believe this is my opinion. He's dealing with these issues with Fox Soul, and he just ain't about that life. He ready to make peace and keep on so he can make his YouTube coins. We have missed him on YouTube. Like I said, I rarely watched him on TGIF anyway. Now, when he would make videos, I'd be like, oh, shoot, Funky made a video. I got to go see what's going on. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a fan of his like I was, because, again, that whole issue that he made with Chloe, and long before that, what he said about OG, he's not fully my cup of tea anymore. However, he's still entertaining to me, and way more entertaining than Claudia Al is. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. So, right after I decided to make this piping hot tea, I was minding my own business, as I sometimes do. Well, not right now. Well, yeah, I am minding my own business. Well, kind of sort of minding my own business. I ran across an article and a statement from Quad. Now I follow Quad on Twitter, and she tweeted these here words. Let's see, can I make this bigger? Now I also follow Quad on Instagram, and I can see that Quad is very, very, very happy in her traveling abroad. Now this is what she says. Traveling abroad. So I'm getting news a little late. However, I would like to clear up a few things from a previous live that is a very untrue statement. It was made on a Married to Medicine live. T. I guess she's saying sweet tea. Your husband and I have not, I repeat, and are not, and we do not engage in any form of contact. I am firm in my stance on not being involved or used as a pawn in anyone else's dispute as a tactic in a petty argument. It is crucial now, to clarify that Quad Web Lunsford, no, I'm joking, that there has been absolutely no communication between me and my ex-husband. Any suggestion to the contrary is inappropriate and unfair, diminishes the seriousness of my past experience, and unfairly diminishes the seriousness of my past experience with him. Now, that was hard for me to read, because what happens when you have a phone and you're reading from a tweet, she has the tweet in a bubble. So I had to, tap on the picture to make it bigger, so I wasn't saying all the words. But you get the gist of what she's trying to say. Poor Quad. They have voted her off the island, but like I said in a previous video, my Married to Medicine video, go check that out. She is being used as a pawn, and what she stated, I believe her. Why in the world would she have any type of communication when she has accused him of oops? Okay. And I've said in the past, I believe that he did do what she said he did. More breaking news. Are you ready? Are you ready for the rest of this piping hot tea? Our boy, Mr. Martel Lavelle, MOTEL, Holt, has been arrested, you guys, for DV. Stay tuned to my channel for further updates on this. Hold up. Wait a moment. Just a minute. Let me do some more research, see what's going on here. Okay. Now, I did go to my Instagram page, and I got this from the Shade Room. The Shade Room is indeed confirming and reporting that Martel Holt has definitely been arrested for domestic violence, according to police records. They are saying that the Love and Marriage Huntsville star was arrested for domestic violence and harassment communications charges. Hashtag Roomies. That's their following. And hey, that includes me. Hey, because I follow Shade Room. Hey, Shade Room, shout out to you. And thank you. Oh boy, that was the best investment that I did, to hit that follow button on them, right? And they said they will keep us updated. And when they update me, I will update you. And that's going to end this piping hot tea, baby. Then I bring it to you real and raw. Woo! I brought you some good tea. Y'all got to hit that like button. Throw me up in the algorithm. Comment and subscribe to my channel. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.